Well, thank you very much for joining us here at CNN. I'm Hannah Vaughan-Jones, here for you in London, and we have just received word from a local UK official that the gunman who killed the British lawmaker Jo Cox lay in wait for her before the attack. Cox was stabbed and shot in the town of Birstall, that's in northern England, on Thursday, shortly after meeting with her constituents. Police have detained a 52-year-old local man who's been named in media reports as Tommy Mayer, and his home has been searched. However, police still aren't saying anything publicly, at least, about a possible motive for this horrific attack. One witness told the Press Association that the gunman shouted, "Put Britain first," before and after he shot Cox. Well, her murder comes just 1 week, of course, before an increasingly divisive vote on whether or not Britain should cut ties with the European Union. Cox herself had pushed for Britain to remain in the EU. Well, the killing of this politician has shaken many in her community, as you'd expect, and the tributes are pouring in as those who knew her now mourn their loss. Well, for more, I'm joined by CNN's Richard Quest, who's live in Birstall in northern England for us now. Richard, a town in mourning, a nation in shock, 24 hours on, and what have people in the community there been saying to you?
It is one of those very interesting phenomena when you cover this sort of story, that the entire town almost goes silent.
Richard Quest first there with the broader political context. He's there in Birstall for us, and we're going to get more on the investigation itself now into Jo Cox's murder. Staying in Birstall in northern England, our international diplomatic editor, Nick Robertson, is also there for us. And Nick, what have you learnt about the suspect in custody and exactly how things played out yesterday?
Well, Hannah, I'm outside the house of Thomas Mayer. I'm literally just up the hill from Richard. It takes about 15 minutes to walk from here down into the centre of the town where the murder took place. Police are still guarding Thomas Mayer's house. Forensic teams were in there yesterday.
We are going to take you now live, though, to northern England. This is West Yorkshire. It is the town of Birstall, where, of course, yesterday, just 24 hours ago, we saw this horrendous attack on a British MP, Jo Cox, 41-year-old mother of two, who was gunned down outside one of her regular surgeries with her constituents. We're taking you there live because these are aerial pictures, as you can see, and David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, and Jeremy Corbyn, who is the leader of the Labour Party, of the party of which Jo Cox was indeed a member and a representative. They are arriving together now at the scene of this crime. There is a makeshift memorial that has been set up for Jo Cox in the centre of this town. Many flowers, many vigils have been held around there and left there to pay their respects to Jo and to her husband Brendan and to their two young children, as well as this very small community in West Yorkshire, which was where Jo Cox was born. It's where she grew up, where she went to school. And this community is now coming to terms with the loss of one of its own.